Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mindful Moments podcast. I'm Tracy. I'm your host and fellow traveler on this journey of self-exploration and discovery. In our last episode, we explored solar phenomena and we talked about their impact on our daily lives, and we also talked about solar flares and how they create beautiful displays like the northern lights, and all of that, of course, depending on the sun's rotation and how it interacts with Earth. Sometimes these displays are visible only in certain parts of the world, kind of like how some places didn't get to see the aurora in May. This is because the sun's rotation affects where and how these solar flares reach us. Today, we're going to continue our conversation on quantum consciousness, and this is a part of our series. And today's episode is a pretty unique episode, and we're going to be stepping back in time, and we're going to try to experience the Carrington Event of 1859. Imagine waking up to a world transformed by the sun's powerful energy, and let's explore this incredible historical moment together. Before we get started on today's story, I want us to start out by making sure that we're all comfortable and cozy, because you're definitely going to want to make sure that you are in this moment. You're definitely going to want to take this ride and go on this journey with us. Imagine it's early September 1859. Picture yourself as Henry. Henry's a farmer and he lives in a small town in Pennsylvania. You've just finished a long day of work, had dinner with your family, hung out with your kids, and now the house is quiet as you fall fast asleep. In the middle of the night, a bright light wakes you up. It's so bright that you think it must be morning. I mean, it has to be morning, right? You hop out of bed and you start throwing on your clothes. Just as you're headed out the door, you take a quick glance at the clock, and that's when you realize it's only midnight. Confused and a bit disheveled, you grab your work tools and you rush outside, still thinking, maybe you've got it wrong and it is in fact daytime. Maybe you forgot to change the clocks. When you step outside, you see something amazing, something spectacular. The sky is full of colors, reds, greens, and purples. They're all dancing like magic. It feels like you've stepped into a fantasy world. Your neighbors are also outside, looking up at the sky with wide eyes, just as amazed as you are. The air is cool, and there's a strange tingly feeling, like the air itself is buzzing. You hear Mr. Thompson, he's the telegraph operator, and he's shouting that his telegraph machine is acting strange. It's sending messages all by itself. It's like the whole town is alive with this magical energy. The whole town is buzzing with excitement. The blacksmith, Mr. Johnson, he's already at his forge thinking he overslept because it's so bright. Children are running around playing under the colorful sky. People gather at the general store talking about what in the world could be happening. Some think it's the end of the world, actually, while others believe it's a wonderful universal sign. let's pause and imagine. Just try to imagine standing in your town, feeling the cool ground under your feet, the electric air, and the sounds of your neighbors' voices. Think about how connected we are to this universe. Even in 1859, without all of our modern science and technology, you can feel that we're all part of something much bigger. This event shows us the power of the sun and how it can affect our world in surprising ways. Take a moment and consider how all of this plays into the bigger picture, how all of it helps us to understand more about our place in the universe and the fact that we really all may be a part of a much bigger picture. This is just episode 3 of our Quantum Consciousness series, and each episode is, like I said, about 10 minutes long, and it's designed to be 10 minutes so that we can all absorb and reflect on all of these ideas and all of these concepts. Make sure that you listen to the previous episodes and stick around for the entire series so that you can fully experience this incredible journey that we're on together. And that's all I have for today's episode on the Carrington Event. As always, please do feel free to share your reflections or your thoughts, especially if any parts of this episode stood out to you or left you with some of those lingering questions and thoughts. I'm so excited to explore more about this topic with you in upcoming episodes. This is just episode 3. Remember, we're all part of a larger system, and we're connected to the universe in ways that we're still discovering. With that, be here, be you, be now.